Bloomberg says White House aides and allies say Trump's coming wave of tariffs is going to be more targeted than the barrage he has threatened. Investors seem relieved to hear that, but we're still on a roller coaster. Let's get more from John Boscariol. He is leader of the International Trade and Investment Law Group at McCarthy Tetrault. Thanks very much indeed for coming on. John, I got to ask you to start, what is this like? Have you ever seen anything like this in your practice with the to and fro and your clients calling you up? What is it like?
Hi, Andrew. Great to be here. You described it very aptly. It is an absolute roller coaster. And one begins to wonder whether the purpose of all of this is just to create uncertainty for the Canadian economy. It's starting to feel like that. One day we find out it'll be one type of tariff, the next day a different tariff. One day we find out some products are covered but not others, or there are things you can do to avoid the tariff, then all of a sudden that doesn't work anymore. So it's been a real challenge for Canadian exporters to the United States.
And it's serious stuff, isn't it? I mean, we're talking about people deferring actual investment plans.
That's right. If you think about it, it's very difficult for an investor in Canada to get assurance that their investment will continue to have access to the Canadian market. 3, 4, 5 years ago, this was not an issue. We had the USMCA or NAFTA in place. We had guarantees of tariff-free access to the U.S. market. I don't think anyone anticipated, even if Trump were to get elected, that anyone anticipated that it would have created such a maelstrom like this. Yeah, because as far as I know, he wasn't explicit during the election campaign that he would be this aggressive. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, that's right. We knew he liked tariffs, and we knew from the first administration that he was willing to start a tariff war in one area, one sector, which was steel and aluminum. And we had thought we had dealt with that. We had a bit of a mini tariff war that was over fairly quickly. We renegotiated the NAFTA into the USMCA, and we thought that that should have settled it. I'm sure you talk to your colleagues south of the border, U.S. trade lawyers from time to time. What do they say? Are they baffled as well? They are quite baffled. I don't think they expected any of this. In fact, I think if you had gone to them or had come to me 2 months ago, we would have said all the threats, even then being made by Trump, were bluffs. Mm-hmm. Or bluster, and not something he would actually follow through with. But we've now learned in these last few weeks that he will follow through with these measures. I know this is trying to get inside the president's head, but do you think it is trying to weaken the Canadian economy to bolster his case for annexation, or is it simply trying to induce companies to locate all their facilities in America, or a bit of both? I think at a minimum it's the latter. And so initially when he introduced this blanket 25% tariff across the board, 10% on energy products, he tried to justify it based on fentanyl or illegal immigration moving from Canada into the United States. That very quickly was disproved. Mm-hmm. And I think over time it's become very clear that at a minimum, he wants production in the United States, and any production, whether that's on the automotive side or other advanced production facilities that we have, for example, aerospace and others, any of that he would want to see moved into the United States. That seems to be the objective. Now, whether he wants to go as far as to make it a 51st state, obviously he's making statements to that effect that that's something he would want. But I think at a minimum, it's really to get production located in the United States and moved from Canada. We're tight for time, John. Are there any misconceptions out there right now? Do you think people are people have run away with inaccurate notions in all this turmoil? Well, there's definitely some panic out there, and I don't want to say quite overreaction. I think we're just going to have to sit tight to see what happens on April 2nd. That's the next key date. Obviously, we're getting differing reports like we did today, which kind of differed from what we were hearing last week about perhaps a tariff being applied by country. Now, today, we're hearing it could be by product. I think everyone just has to stay a bit calm for the next few days, and on April 2nd, we'll get some more clarity.
Thank you very much, John. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.